Bitcoin, it all starts in 128K. You wanna know the last information about the crypto world and why I'm telling you this? Then smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. This is Crypto News with Rodrigo Arnido, your host for the most. In previous videos, we told you the indicator that will bring us to the next stop of Bitcoin, and we were discussing the exact date in which I believe that we will have that. Remember that I believe it's going to be at some point in the last month of the year or maybe November. Watch the previous video if you want to know everything about that. We were also telling you everything about the last halving and how Bitcoin price behaved after that. And today we zoom in a little bit there and we discard the first cycle because you can see the blue line 2013, that's over now. And then you have the yellow line and the green line, and you can see as we dip into it that we are going up as we did in 2016. But it was more similar, the previous two cycles, than the one we are having right now, because in both 2016 and 2020, you can see we were going down and then we started going up in 2016. It took us longer in 2020. But this time, we started going up earlier. So we'll see about that. Of course, well, story is not going to be the same, just similar. I prefer not to take halving into consideration, but also use this trend that we had in 2016 and make things easier for me. So yeah, I believe we're going to be in the parabola mode. I believe the all-time high is going to be around December, November. But today we go a step further, just considering that the party needs to start at some point, that the parabola mode, this moment where Bitcoin goes crazy and every week goes up and up, is going to start precisely at 128K. This is something that I found in this tweet from CryptoCon, so thank you very much for that. And you can see with these Fibonacci Bollinger Bands how if we go to previous cycles, every time that we go above this line, this Bollinger line, we start the bull market, the banana mode. So yeah, if that's the case, right now we had a breakout on November 2024, but we didn't went up. So now this tweet believes that when we attempt to break this line again, that would be around 128K, we will have this last moment as we did in the previous bull markets of 2013, 2017, and 2021. The idea finally is that we are just getting started. The party hasn't even started yet. So maybe you want to buy some Bitcoin. Well, remember, Bitpanda, it's our partner, and you can buy there some using the link in the description below. Any case, Bitcoin needs to keep on going higher in order to achieve these goals, in order to start this party. And you can see, interestingly enough, if we go to the daily chart, that we are going to touch the line that we drew so long ago. Maybe we needed that in this $106,000 in order to keep on going higher. Also, remember this chart, this simplification of the movement we are having, up, flat, up, flat, up, flat, up. Maybe we need to be a little bit more flat till around next week. June the 2nd will be that day, the moment where we have the next leg up, as we did these previous 4 times. Well, that's not a bold prediction. It makes some sense. We'll see. Of course, watch the video. I will tell you everything there. If we go to the all-time high 112, we are not there. And, well, if you see this chart, maybe you are not so optimistic as if you see this one and this one will bring you the idea that Bitcoin can go lower. We need to break this for good, so come on Bitcoin, you can do it. And we can do it with very good news like this one, which is huge. GameStop just bought 4,710 Bitcoin for $112 million. Wall Street called it a joke, but we believe it's front-running 99 of the S&P in monetary intelligence. So yeah, remember, we were waiting for GameStop to buy Bitcoin. They did already. The GameStop purchase is not a small thing. It's literally equal to Strategy's first 3 Bitcoin purchases all at once. So yeah, you can see that they didn't use one day what MicroStrategy did in 6 months. And also consider this is also just getting started. Why? Well, because GameStop has 5.5 billion cash and they just bought 500 mil. So yeah, they can keep on buying and buying, and it's going to be massive. The liquidity crisis we're expecting for Bitcoin can come through GME in these purchases. Also, this makes GameStop the 3rd public company with the most Bitcoin in the world. Good for them. The CEO explained why they're buying. They say it's because Bitcoin can be a hedge against global currency devaluation. I believe that too. If you do so, remember to smash the like and subscribe to the channel. Also, we believe in manipulation out there, and you can see how with this news GME went up in the stock market and then down. The pre-market right now is higher than the price. So yeah, I believe this is a trap and GME is going to go up. Of course, I'm not expert. I have no idea whatsoever what's gonna do, but I believe GME is going to be huge because of the Bitcoin effect, because I told you the Rodri strategy that every company that comes into Bitcoin is rising in stock. We'll see about that. But if you are not optimistic enough with this piece of information, I have a bigger one. Trump administration access Biden era barrier for crypto in 401k plans. This is huge. You know that this is how people save money in the United States. So when they're old, they have some. And in previous administrations, you couldn't have their Bitcoin. And now you're going to be able to having it. So this opens the door to approximately $8.9 trillion, which are managed with these 401s in United States. This is, of course, so huge. Yeah, the message is clear. Bitcoin belongs in America's retirement accounts. Donald Trump, the crypto bro. And also I have this very good piece of information too. FTX to begin distributing over $5 billion in stablecoins to creditors on May the 3rd. So save the date, because at that point you might recover your money, and I'm sure that you don't want those stablecoins. I'm sure that you want to buy some Bitcoin or Ethereum or some meme coins. So yeah, this can be that catalyzer I told you just minutes ago for next month, for next week, to have this next leg up for Bitcoin price. Remember, that's nearly 2% of all stablecoins hitting the market at once. The money will flow into Bitcoin and altcoins according to some experts. We'll see about that. Also, we know more and more companies coming into Bitcoin. Sweden's MicroStrategy K33 just raised 60 mil to buy Bitcoin. So yeah, more and more people that want Bitcoin, and it's gonna be more and more scarce. And I have also this good piece of information. This summer, Telegram users will gain access to GROK. Elon Musk and Pavel Durov, they have a good achievement with this. Remember also that Elon Musk is going to release at some point the app for financials, and we believe that maybe Bitcoin or even Doge can be on that one. We have, of course, news coming from Las Vegas, where the Bitcoin sphere keeps shining, and we broke there a Guinness World Record for most Bitcoin payments in one day. It was broken. That's a lot of people buying things with Bitcoin. We had there, which is huge, a vice president of United States, J.D. Vance, said 5 million, not 5, but 50 million Americans on Bitcoin, and I believe that'll be 100 million before long. I watched the whole thing. I'm gonna leave you the link in the description below. It's not really a very important conference in the sense that he just says, well, we know that they are all into crypto, that Biden did us wrong, they're going to do us right, and so on and so forth. But family from Donald Trump, 0 point Bitcoin is going to be worth an absolute fortune. This is what Eric Trump said also in that conference, where Peter Schiff, the crypto clown, said, I'm responsible for more people owning Bitcoin than any other person at this conference, with the idea that he is somehow making us a favor with all the marketing he did against Bitcoin. So yeah, a clown for me. What opinion do you have about Peter Schiff? New York City became the first city in the world to issue a Bitcoin bond. This is major, was announced also in the conference, as the Pakistan crypto chief just said that the country will launch a strategic Bitcoin reserve. So starting the nation state FOMO is starting for good. Square also announced huge that they're bringing Bitcoin payments to millions of businesses and points of sales. The world needs a native currency of the internet. That currency is Bitcoin. That's what we heard in the conference, where Arthur Hayes explained us how Bitcoin can easily hit $1 million. And you have there the math. He's expecting a lot of money coming into the market. Some of it will go, of course, into Bitcoin. I believe so. We'll see about that. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any information. We told you that now Steak and Shake, they're accepting Bitcoin. They have a Bitcoin combo. This girl was in the conference. She ate the burger and she used Bitcoin for paying it. So amazing things. Like that the SEC is pro crypto right now and they are busy with some conferences. They're going to hold one on June the 5th, the next week, on digital assets and tokenization. BlackRock, Franklin Templeton, and Fidelity are going to be there. And also they announced they're going to have another one on June the 9th, where they are going to host a roundtable to discuss crypto DeFi. Very important too. For the altcoins, they are today in the green. We have good ones like Pepe, Arbitrum, Monero, just recovering from last disaster yesterday. And what about Ethereum? Well, it broke again the 2,700 line. So maybe we can forget about this wrong scenario that tells us that we still need to go down. Well, we'll see about that. I'm still not sure yet. We'll see what Bitcoin does. But it's good to know that Meta is going to launch stablecoins on Ethereum this year. So that's 3.5 billion users to be onboarded into it. Good, of course, for Ethereum. And with that, that's a wrap, and we say goodbye with this cat that is reminding us that we should go out there and be a little bit in nature. But of course, first, you have to do your homework. You have to watch all the videos that you haven't here. On Rodrigo Ornedo, Noticias Bitcoin, Fan on the Right, Crypto News, Health, Money, Love, Party in Peace, and the best is yet to come. To the moon!